Now, you've seen the work of our next guest if you've ever seen a GQ magazine in recent years. Joining us live from New York is Michael Hainey, class of 1986, and the editor-at-large of GQ magazine. Michael, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thanks, great to be here.
Now, GQ is the #1 men's style magazine in the world, and two of the people leading it are Notre Dame alums. Did you dream about this when you were a student here?
No, I didn't. It's sort of one of those things like life. You sort of go on a journey and you end up where you are. I had a great experience at the College of Arts and Letters with the English department there. Terrific teachers, Tom Werge and other people, and Greg Kusich, who sort of really taught me about writing and literature. And that's what really sort of was my path into journalism, was through the English department there. And so it's really, that was the great foundation I had. And I ended up at GQ again for the journalism and the writing that I was able to do there.
Now, did you read GQ before you went to work there?
I had started reading it in college, yeah, and so then, it was a long route there. I sort of came to New York, worked at a small magazine called Spy Magazine, which was edited by a man named Graydon Carter, who's now the editor of Vanity Fair, and he was really sort of my first mentor, along with his other editor, Kurt Anderson. So, sort of took a chance and came to New York, not really knowing many people in the magazine world, but that really paid off for me.
You already talked a lot about how Notre Dame prepared you for a job like this. Kind of explain to us what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Well, it's magazines these days are always evolving, and it's especially in the digital world. And so a lot of it's everything from sort of working with writers to sort of come up with stories. I'm writing my own stories. And then it's also sort of figuring out really like, how does GQ evolve in the digital world now? It's not just a print publication. It's got a website. It's got a social media footprint, does videos. And it's really sort of evolving the magazine within Condé Nast into its next generation. So it's what I always sort of call like three-dimensional chess now.
Have you ever had a conversation with the designer Tom Brown about attending Notre Dame?
I have, in fact, Tom and I, we consider each other brothers. We're pretty much best friends. We live in the same building here, coincidentally enough, and sort of see each other probably once a week, twice a week for just what we call family dinners. So it's curious, we didn't know each other at Notre Dame. We lived in different residence halls, but in fact, my wife knew him and sort of introduced us some years ago, and we've really just become sort of, like I say, brothers now.
Yeah, it's hard for that not to happen when the Notre Dame family comes together. Thank you, Michael, for joining us for Notre Dame Day.
Thanks for having me.